And here's what we hear all the time. I don't know what to record. Hey AI, chat GTP, give me 25 topics in real estate to record a video on. Now, once you have your 25 that it gave you, you can pinpoint one of them and say, hey, give me 5 talking points on this particular subject. And it will do that. And give me 1 minute of content, to make a video on this. It'll give you that as well. Travis, how are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
Look at that.
So, see?
5 minutes.
Perfect. So you're going to have to watch the episode prior to this one because Travis was just okay. And I gave him 5 minutes to step it up a little bit and change the attitude, and here we are. Let's talk about, and hopefully this doesn't bring it back, back to just okay. Today's topic, it's the fourth quarter of 2023. We've obviously had a different year this year. Absolutely. With real estate, and we've felt it at a broker level, we felt it at an agent level, we have been in the trenches with everybody and getting through this year, and we've seen some agents who have had remarkable years, but for the most part, it's been an adjustment for a lot.
I see him leaving the business.
Yes. So, that being said, we're going to talk about today, what can you do fourth quarter 2023 to prep yourself, finish strong, and have a wonderful first quarter 2024.
Start now.
So I'm just going to start doing what?
Rebirth. This is it. You've got 3 months to get ahead of the curve, to work all the bugs out.
Okay.
So what are you doing you can do better? What are you doing that you can let go? What's new that you could be doing?
Right.
Right? Most important, put a plan together.
Yes.
Please. This is a long game. This isn't do it for a few weeks and everything's fine. So, and you got to plan that out. I would say plan out 2024 right now,
Right.
through December.
So I love it, and I'm going to add to it. I just had a conversation. One of the agents in our office, Lucy, just came up to me and she said, Nestor, I need time next week. And I said, absolutely, what do you need? We got to sit down. And I said, what are we doing? And she said, I need to go through my books and everything that I'm doing from a marketing perspective, and I need to get a measurement of my ROI on what worked, what wasn't working, how it was working, so that I could double down and figure out where I need to put more effort into and what I can remove. And couple key things in there. It wasn't a, hey, I just need to cut back. It was more of a, hey, I need to become more efficient, and I need to make sure that if I'm wasting something here, it needs to be eliminated and be reallocated somewhere where it's working in a positive.
Strategy.
That was huge. So,
It's hard though.
It is.
Because unless you're asking the right questions and gathering that intel,
Right.
it's really hard to determine what led to something, right?
That is true, but I do like the thought process of, hey, let me take a step back, and before I create the plan, let me go back and reevaluate and analyze, hey,
Yeah,
what
do the
was
best
I
you
doing?
can, right?
Yeah, what was I doing, what was working, what wasn't working, or at least what I think was. And we can, even without having true numbers, you can walk away from that and make an educated decision on, hey, this check that I wrote to such and such to be a sponsor that's, I'm on a line item with 250 other people. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we do things just to do things because we want to be supportive for a community or whatever the case may be. But there is a difference that if we are looking for a return on our investment of whether or not that's in place, and whether we choose to make that donation or those donations in the future, at least we know, hey, this is a donation and I'm not expecting any, so that I've got that knowledge and I understand it a little bit better.
And I love that she's getting a sounding board.
Yes.
Because we can do this ourselves, but sometimes we're not fully honest with ourselves. Or we say, no, I really need to do this because of X, Y, Z. And you need someone to say, do you hear what you're saying?
Exactly. Well, that becomes one of those things where I want this to be the right thing to work. So So I'm going to tell myself in my mind, my subconscious is going to pick it up is, hey, this is working, so I'm going to keep doing it. So when we see that quite often.
Yes, we do.
You know, every single year when we talk to everybody of where did your business come from, 9 times out of 10, center of influence. And 9 times out of 10, when we say where are you spending most of your money, it's somewhere else. True?
Yep.
So, okay. So what else am I
Make
doing?
notes on that. That could be a great class.
Okay. What else am I doing in 2023 fourth quarter? So I need a plan, which I agree with you. Have to have a plan. What else?
Well, more specifically, commit to this.
Showing
Commit
up.
to video.
Oh, there we go. I thought you were going to say showing up because he was pointing out to the audience.
That's true. That was really bad guidance for
That's
you.
all good.
All
right.
Video, and I will say everyone's like, oh, chat GTP, chat, whatever, and I'm just like, I looked at it once or twice. I'm like, it's nice.
It's a tool.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I started talking to someone, and they're like, well, here, look. And they showed me they had it on their phone. And I was like, oh, I don't have mine on my phone. Let me see that. So I popped it on my phone, and I totally forget the topic, but they're like, ask it something, right? But it was more than that, because originally it was ask it. Then it was, hey, I'm doing something, and I need the top 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked at the response. I was like, wow, this
Pretty good, right?
at minimum is a good start.
And that's what's important. Sometimes it gets things wrong, but it will at least guide you in the right direction at the very least.
And then you just type summarize. Have you done that?
Yep.
I was like, wow, okay, that is a whole different level than tell me about Snoopy or something.
Right.
So, yeah, figuring out how to use Chat GPT to be more efficient in your business.
So, and I'll go with this. The first thing that you said is more video. And here's what we hear all the time. I don't know what's recorded. Hey AI, Chat GTP, give me 25 topics in real estate to record a video on.
That's kind of what I did with this person. God,
Okay.
I wish I could remember who I did it with.
But it gave you,
Yeah, I was like,
Right?
that was a very specific question. Like, I was sure I was going to confuse the system,
Mhm.
and I was just going to get gobbledygook back.
Right.
And then when it pretty much nailed it, that's when I went, whoa, this
exactly.
is a different ballgame.
Now, once you have your 25 that it gave you, you can pinpoint one of them and say, hey, give me 5 talking points on this particular subject. And it will do that. And give me 1 minute of content, to make a video on this. It'll give you that as well.
Yeah.
So it is a powerful tool. I would, the only thing I say about it is make sure that you're still making it your own. You take this, I always stop at giving my talking points, fill in the rest. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Give it the color.
yeah, exactly. I don't think it's something to rely on that actually gives you a verbatim, drop it into a teleprompter and read exactly what it's saying. But but all right.
I would also say keeping current matters. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good source
Okay.
for topics. Inman, if people subscribe to that.
Absolutely.
And going to YouTube and typing real estate.
Yep.
Real estate topics, real estate 2023, whatever, and just see what other people are up to.
Yep. That's stealing other people's information and reproducing it. That's half of what our industry is made of. So if you see somebody else out there that's doing something, you do it and you make your own flavor out of it and do it the way that you like to do it. You said video. How
Yes.
often should you do video?
Once a week.
Okay. I'm going to challenge you every freaking day.
Well, it depends how you're doing it. I guess
Correct.
in my head, I was thinking something that you would put on YouTube is content for like real estate, like
Once a week.
topical.
Yep.
Now, if you're walking around and seeing properties and doing things video for social media, I think that's totally different.
Correct.
But I think that if you're doing the YouTube one where you're trying to kind of build a catalog or a little bit of a following,
Right.
if you're not doing it once a week, I think you disappear very quickly.
You do. It's once to twice a week long form video, and then I would say it's an absolute minimum 1 long form video a week and 1 to 2 shorts.
What's
a week.
long form?
Long form is anything, not a short, so not a reel.
What's a reel?
Reel is 60 seconds or less. I think you can do them for longer now, but I would consider anything 60 seconds or less short form. Anything
Anything 2 minutes or longer long form?
is long form. Anything over 60 seconds is I consider long form. And you should be doing at least one long form. I would say 1 to 2 shorts. I think ideally, if you're really pushing on YouTube, it is 2 long form a week and at least 2 shorts a week. And now watch this. You can take that long form and create a short out of it. So really, if you're making 2 videos a week, you've got 200 pieces of content you can make out of that.
Well, I'd say here's the challenge, and why it's great to start right now is, okay, I do the long form video. What do I do with it? Right? So you got to figure out your YouTube channel, make sure it's in good shape, and decide how you're going to do the editing, if you're going to do it, or your kid, or hire someone. And that's the real challenge, isn't it?
I'm all about keeping it simple. But best performing video you ever did?
No idea.
Okay. Good news, I do. So one of your best performing videos that went out there and got the most traction, you sat in your car, it looked like you just kind of propped the phone up there and you push record, you said some stuff, and then you push stop. Remember that video?
I've only done 1 or 2 of those, so I think
Okay.
so. That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. But here's all the elements that it had. First of all, your car is almost one of the perfect.
I think it was driving, actually, wasn't
No, you were pulled over in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, but your car is one of the most perfect sound barriers. It creates great acoustics in there. You've got windows on all sides, so your lighting is usually pretty good, naturally. And for some reason, people look at that and just see people in a car and it's authentic and they think it's transparent and they tend to pay more attention to it. It's weird. So editing on that, I don't even know if you edited. I think we got the raw version of it and we just posted it and it was gone. So sometimes, or a lot of time, less is more. My favorite way to record video is live. If you're afraid, hey, go live on Facebook, go live on LinkedIn or YouTube, whatever the case may be, and let that transfer over to just a regular old.
So that's why planning is so important. Because I'm thinking you're building a YouTube channel, you're like, here are the great reasons to live in Irvine, here are the restaurants, here are the surrounding communities, here are the nearby beaches.
Yes.
Like, this is curated content.
Yes.
And then you can have your lives over it, or your reels, or things that are going out, but those aren't ones you're really going to bank and people are going to go back to over and over.
That is very, very true. So if you're curating content over the community and things like that, that is something that can be pawned out, and that goes right back to your Chat GTP. You plug in that particular community. Hey, give me 5 facts about this particular area in this section and 5 features about it, or tell me the most fascinating things about Irvine, California, whatever the case may be. Give me 5 talking points about it, and boom, I've got a video. And if you want to really push it out, if you got 5 talking points, you can make 5 different videos.
Oh, there you go.
This week.
Or you could curate that for your YouTube, and then you can break it up and toss it out on social media.
Absolutely. Now we're talking. He's taking long form, making shorts, multi-purposing it. I love it. So let's get back though. Our topic is it's the last few months of 2023. What am I doing the rest of the year? Communications, contacts, and meeting people on a regular basis keep in mind, he said have a plan. So as part of my plan, I am consciously what I'll call prospecting every single day. But my prospecting is this: I need to meet this many people per day.
Yes.
How many people?
Well, I think that really depends on your SOI or your database, right? Because if you're like, hey, you have to contact 10 people a day and your database is 30 people, it just isn't realistic.
True.
You might want to change that to, I'm going to contact 2 to 3 a day, and I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 over whatever period of time to really work at it. But if you got a big database, you're in the business, or you just happen to have a big database and you're at 300, well, yeah, then you can knock it out.
I was on a podcast earlier with a top agent, and when she got started in the business, she kept it extremely simple. I needed to meet 5 new people. And it was a week. She didn't even say a day. I needed to meet 5 new people a week and add those 5 people to my dailies. So that's one person a day, 5 days a week. And when we think about it, is that big of a deal? Not really, but if you're going out there doing it with purpose, and so you're developing that, not just meeting Travis Barron, but I'm also getting to know who Travis is, and I am purposely trying to establish a relationship with him. That's a pretty good task.
Yes, very much so.
But I think as a brand new agent, she did almost $1 million in transactions or gross close commissions her first year. So
It's unusual.
but it worked.
Yeah.
So.
You gotta have a plan though, because I was talking to an agent in the office. He loves KV Core. He was showing me an example. He goes, "Look at this person. Look at this conversation I'm having with them." He's like, "She's reminding me that she had this need."
Mhm.
I never would have remembered that,
Right.
if it wasn't for KV Core and their systems and what I plug into it.
Okay.
So if you're meeting 5 new people a week,
Mhm.
let alone 5 a day, man, you better have some sort of system to make sure that you remember who they are, when
Right.
you're supposed to contact them, because you're not going to be able to keep that in your head.
So I think his next point is your CRM in place?
It's pretty much your business.
Okay. And have you got that CRM in place, and are you using it?
Yeah.
All right.
And the best way to do that is just open it. Just open your CRM. Start poking around. It's amazing how things pop up. And you're like, "God, you know what I'd like to do?" And then you figure it out.
Right.
And then you got a new little system in your CRM. And then they just snowball.
Okay. So last point from each of us. Last one for you.
No, start with you last
Oh,
week.
so the last one for me. End of the year, going into the finish of this year and starting first quarter next year. Here's my 2 cents, plan a community event. We're coming into the holidays, we're doing these things. I guess I'm gonna have a 2-parter. Acknowledge the holidays and acknowledge the off holidays. We're about to come into Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Christmas is a given, everybody does it. Not everybody acknowledges Thanksgiving with personal notes or cards. Not everybody acknowledges Halloween, and this is an opportunity to put an event on and or acknowledge the people around one of these things and be present in the community and present in front of your center of influence or sphere of influence, whichever one you choose. But
I guess that's really important, because outside of having a good plan, working on your social media, doing some video, I too was going to say take advantage of all the opportunities for fellowship and friendship and joy and everything that we have through these holidays through the last number of months of this year. And I like the idea of arranging something, but to many people that's like kryptonite. And so I would say just make sure that you reach out in a big way,
right.
and acknowledge the holiday. Send out that card, follow it up with phone calls, and just make those contacts.
There we go.
Because everyone's in a holiday spirit. They're all open to inviting you in their house and being friendly. It's a good feeling. Or something else that I forgot, but that's what I got.
All right. Like or subscribe. Appreciate it, and thank you guys very much.